All right, hello everyone. How are you? Oh, you don't have the chat set up. Hold on. Oh, okay, there we go. Hold on, let me fix that real quick.
Did I not set up the chat?
Oh, it was just on like one scene. You're good. Okay, we're gonna be playing Olympia today, so we got some very exciting new cards from Mastery Pack Warrior as well as the Armory deck. So I wanted to preface this stream by saying that this is probably not going to be a serious build. I guess not like Bagel TCG's Day Zero deck tech up here. But what I want to do today is I want to see how big we can get all in. So that's my end goal for the stream. I want to try to see if we can get this for like 20 or something ridiculous. So that would involve basically wagering as many times as possible and also having as much gold gen in the deck as possible. So in order to kind of do that, we have 9 copies of Money Where Your Mouth Is, Riches, and basically every wager card in the deck. So our end goal is to try to get to like 10 gold. I think I'd be kind of happy with. If we can get like 10 gold on the field and then kill someone for like a giant sword for 20, that's kind of my goal. But anyways, that's what we're going to be doing today. I kind of like played with this deck like a little bit. It's not like super refined, but seems like most of the way there. If anyone wants to give me suggestions for how we can get all in a little bit higher in the chat, feel free to go ahead and stop me and recommend some cards. But yeah, let's go ahead and just see if we can jam some games, see how high we can get this all in, because I'm very excited. This is one of like the meme cards that they haven't like printed. I don't know if it's necessarily even a meme card. It might actually just be like a good card. But it's very exciting to me because it is very meme worthy, I guess, which is kind of cool. But yeah, how is everyone doing this Friday? I know that I've been looking forward to the weekend, like most people. Oh, but yeah, Olympia's been pretty fun. I think it's really cool that they made like a warrior that's like not super go wide, but it's like very like all in on like one big attack. It almost feels like a Marlin type warrior, which I feel like we haven't really necessarily seen, which is kind of cool. Lots of like buffs and like value though, which is very exciting. But we shall see if we can get an opponent. I know that probably a lot of Olympias on Talishar lately. Oh, let me actually make sure. Hold on. Am I on public? I should be on public. Okay. I'm very excited to play some Olympia this stream though. This deck has been a lot of fun and testing. Just kind of like getting to I'm actually very excited about like the prized gala card. What is this card? Visit the where is it? Visit the prize room. This card's really cool. I think this is like a just vast improvement over the other Olympia spec, like the visit the whatever armory or something. All right, so we have an Acilio. I think we want to probably just go first, so we can push damage. And then I imagine we're probably supposed to like hedge for like Arcane Acilio. The only awkward part is they're probably not going to block very much, so this might be like a kind of bad configuration, but we can try it out. I might actually like cut the Iron Songs and bring like the Terms of Combat, even though these aren't like very good. I'm like slightly regretting my deck choices here a little bit. That's okay. Let's just kill them. Hope for the best here. I don't think this is going to be a necessarily a matchup where we're going to Golden Sun for, or not Golden Sun, but the other card. You know what I mean. Might not be able to do it for a ton, but we'll see. Ooh, Dominate's nice. So maybe we can just shove the Terms of Combat on top, and then just play like Heads Up or something. We can also wager on. No, we can't wager in this hand unless we use like the Money Where Your Mouth Is. We have to do a like reaction speed to get the Dominate, but I don't think that's like how that works, right? Very interesting. I already kind of have a puzzle on this first hand. Maybe this card's like also just bad. We have a little bit of work to visit the prize room is like actually nuts. Yeah, I think the card's really good. Oh, let me also fix the overlay real quick. Should be a little bit better. I'll probably adjust it in a second here. I guess we'll go ahead and like bottom the Terms of Combat. I guess we could just like Arsenal in the muck or something. I don't know. I don't feel very compelled by this hand. At least we're like sending some damage here. And we can just like Arsenal in the muck for next turn. My concern is that they aren't going to be blocking very much, which is going to make this a lot worse. Yeah, that's the problem, is that we couldn't like get the Dominate before wagering, so I don't even think it applies retroactively, right? It's like what it's an attack trigger, so like when this attacks, if you wagered, then it checks. So the prize gala won't like give it dominate after the fact, which also like doesn't matter, but is interesting. Huh. Could even just like play this. Oh, we have to play it only if we wagered. Ah, I see the problem. Okay, fair enough. Still get in for one. Can't wait to see us die by going all in. That's the goal, right? Is we don't die because we're hopefully going all the way in so that we don't have to worry about going partially in. This game needs a little bit of help, but I can like see a world where this is like fine. We're probably gonna get exploded here is the big issue.
I like how with the EA armor pieces, it looks like he just has one big leg.
Yeah, he's just got one big leg here.
I got one big leg.
he's got another small leg. All right, this might be a little bit of a warm game. I actually want to see if there's like some sideboarding we can do to like, because the awkward part is we don't have like a clean 60 to just like run into everyone. I want to like maybe cut these like lessons learned and maybe bring in something like an attack reaction that's like a little bit less conditional. We'll take a look after this game. I have some like ideas though. All right, we're starting the game at, I don't even know what they did. All right, hold on, let me go back. They're sending Aether Sling for 6 into Comet Collision. Okay, they just did like 13 damage. Arcane seems good. Let's go ahead and money where your mouth is, and then we can, I guess, like double down. It might just be like sacking like all of our armor here, which is a little sad. But we're at least like making some gold on the back end, which is fine. Kind of a funny hand. Oh, we were like absolutely gonna die this game though. I think this matchup is like particularly bad. Just because you're like very reliant on your armor, so if you like want to run AB, like how do you actually like win this matchup? You'd have to like have some kind of like, I don't even think like a fatigue board would work necessarily. I think this is maybe just like the reason why maybe Olympia will still struggle even after Master Pack Warrior, but I guess Cecilia is not going to be around for like super long. So it'd be kind of relying on other Acilio to kind of do some more work. Okay, we'll go ahead and just play the In the Muck now. I guess like maybe there's like a board where you're like fast enough for this to not matter as much. Maybe that's the thought. Okay, we get some gold though, which is nice. Oh, they're consigning me to Cosmos. Sure. I feel like I'm like kind of okay with this. All right, well we kind of like made our gold back, which is kind of nice here. Oh, we got an up the ante too. Okay, this hand's pretty good. The only issue is like we might have to like wait on this because we didn't use our like prize gala last turn. I guess we could also just like pitch it. It's probably fine. Just do like a little double belly buster action here. It seems good. All right, we will probably go ahead and sack a gold here because I think we want to like just pop our gala at some point. Just so we can kind of clear it up for a future prize room potentially. But I guess we're like also like already wagering a gold, so depends how much like gold we need. I feel like a fatigue Olympia is going to be kind of crazy. I don't know. It kind of depends because like a lot of the card support from Mastery Pack Warrior kind of leans in more of like an Azalea direction, which is really interesting. Like it's kind of like you put a bunch of like little buffs on like a one big attack and then you kind of swing right. It doesn't feel like a lot of the new cards necessarily lean towards
really
making fatigue better other than like Golden Company, but I think that's also like a little bit of a stretch. All right, go ahead and pay.
Oh my goodness, look outside, son.
Can anyone hear me in chat? Hold on. Okay, I think I might be back to streaming. Oh, okay. Okay, we're back. Yay. Sorry about that. It started hailing like crazy outside. I think that like knocked the internet out. Okay. That was crazy.
It's like
It's like banging against our window right now, which is crazy. So I don't know how long the stream is gonna last, but we'll stream as long as the hail lets us here. Alright, we do have like 1 billion gold, which is nice. Oh, we might just like die to Aether Slings at this rate. Yeah, it's like a crazy hailstorm outside. That's what kind of like killed the stream. It might still be struggling here. I think I'm getting like some drop frames as well. That's okay.
Alright, it should be fine.
Yeah, looks like the drop frames are recovering, which is good. Only at 7% drop frames or something like that.
If it goes down completely, we'll put out an announcement.
Yeah. We'll stream as long as the weather permits here. But we are also probably just dead to this Aether Flare. We'll see. Maybe not like fully dead. Pretty close to dead. Alright, let's start with the raised blades here. I kind of want to like find a blue, maybe just so we can like crack a bunch of our gold.
Yeah, there's a huge thunderstorm right now for some reason. Just randomly.
Yeah.
It was
kind of came out of
sunny earlier when we went out for a walk, not like more than an hour ago.
Oh, up the ante's a good one to draw here. Let's go and put like hold him on top and then like use the gold to like draw back into it. Kind of crack a bunch of gold here just so that we can like push through some damage. I will say like the one thing about a lot of like the go again in Olympia, like especially with this deck, or like this kind of style of deck, is it feels like you don't have like a great way to use go again on the sword all the time. Did I make my hand worse by drawing this card? Maybe I did. No, it's still fine. We can just like do this. Probably still dead. Who else is mad that the last L is Paragon Plate? I was hoping for a new piece, not something in the Armory deck. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. I don't know how upset or not upset Warrior players are about that. We are coming for some good damage here, though, at least. So if they can't kill us with Storm Striders, which is more than likely here, then maybe we can string something together. We'll see. I will say it's probably not looking super promising. But we've been in worse spots. Baseline coming in for 12 here, 11 here. Oh, Flare will do it. So coming in for 4, and then maybe like a strike twice to finish this off. Yeah, it could have given something with AB at least. So like I have AB1 in the board, but I don't know how much it like actually matters in that matchup. I feel like you probably just have to like try to kill them. But let me actually like workshop this deck a little bit. I wanted to see if we can like find room for like another just like main deck attack reaction that we can run. Does anyone have any good ideas? Oh no. Hold on, let me catch up with chat real quick. Give me 1 second. Warriors, Natural Enemy, Arcane. I'm just glad I didn't have to buy another Elvis set. Yeah, I don't know if there's like actually a way to make that matchup good, but I'm sure maybe Olympia players will kind of figure it out. I kind of want to see if there's like just anything we can put in to make like the main deck kind of plan like a little bit stronger. Oh, I think I saw people running like Puncture. You could try Puncture as well. Maybe do something like that just to make the on hits connect a little easier or something like that. We'll try some things. Again, I don't have like a fully tuned Olympia deck list. I'm just running 9 Money Where Your Mouth Is and hoping for the best here because it's a little bit of like an F tier Fridays type thing. Incoming item, your gold has Spell Void too. That could be kind of cool. Like, it feels like there's no real reason to play Olympia if you're, like, going into, like, an Arcane Acilio meta necessarily. Feels like that's just, like, always going to be a bad matchup unless you have, like, some way to only, like, give up equipment, run AB3 or something like that, but that feels, like, terrible. I don't know. Alright, the hail might have let up.
I still hear, like, wind and thunder, though.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. It should. Hopefully, it's fine.
All right, we will go first into Reiner here. And what we want to run, I guess, like the Into the Mucks, maybe Iron Songs. Kind of run like the aggro quote unquote plan. Let's try this. Nothing to do and no tech. Unfortunate. Okay. Let's go ahead and start with the belly buster here. Kind of want to maybe just arsenal the other one. We could have also like played the blue belly buster. Oh, hold on, actually, maybe that's better. Let me actually think about that. Let me play the blue one first so we can like arsenal the red one, because like this is less likely to connect. But I think we will wager. Give them take the upper hand here and see if they have a D-react or something. They are running 66 cards, which is kind of crazy. Maybe they just have a hand they really like. Which, Blood Rush in the opener makes sense. Ooh, got the Scabs roll too. Terrifying. What is our hand next turn? So we have up the ante, money where your mouth is. Our next hand's like pretty good. So I guess we're probably just going to look to cash in a little bit of the block value on the armor or something like that. We'll see what they do Chain Link 2. Alright, they're breaking my balls. Alright, give them a little bit of armor here. I think seems reasonable. Nice part is you do just have like the Mega Fridge, which is pretty sweet. Crazy to roll Scabs after. Is that like a common play? I don't know how common of a play that is as Reiner. Someone who's like good at Reiner, fact check me on that. Also, can't we just like swing with everything here? The problem is they could also like give us everything. So wait, how much is this coming in for base? So we have 10, or we have 11 already. We could play these two additionally. I mean, we might as well, I guess. Sure, we'll wager for all of them. 17. There you go. Figure it out, opponent. Seems kind of reasonable. Like, they do have, like, some number of, like, no blocks in their deck, so, like, I don't think it's, like, completely unreasonable for us to just, like, send everything there. It's very exciting. I do need to get in a better habit of, like, using prized Gala when I am presented the opportunity, though. I'll say that's, like, one thing I think I've struggled with. Okay. Pulping coming in, sure. Still have a lot of life buffer to kind of work with here. We got that positive Marlin gameplay. True. Okay, so block 2 here. Oh, pitching Bear Destruction, Show of Strength. So they're like more of like an aggro Reiner or something. Very interesting to me. I feel like Meat Axe is a lot more common than like Ball Breaker, Savage Claw, but I've also not kept necessarily up to date on the latest Reiner developments. Alright, well, we got double money where your mouth is into wager. So we don't even have to use like the gold here, which is pretty nice. Hopefully they don't flush bag us, which should be nice. Oh, it looks like they're probably giving it to us though. Alright, they give us the flush bag, but it's not like the end of the world necessarily. We just get to like arsenal the Iron Song and then we still have 1,000,000 gold here. So we're currently at 8 gold, which means that our all-in would be coming in for 16, which is very exciting. So hopefully we can live long enough for us to get to that point, is kind of the goal. Because I don't want to just like kill them with damage, that's not very exciting. I want to kill them with like the combo. They've had a pretty good draw as well, like double Blood Rush. I guess their Blood Rushes weren't like that good necessarily. Hope I didn't disconnect again. Okay, Talisher just being a little slow. Alright, the Feral Instinct, sure. I think we can just like safely block with like an Into the Muck here, because we don't actually know if they're going to be blocking next turn. I think this seems fine. And then we can just like pitch a blue here to like Belly Buster, Hold'em, Prize Gala, Swing Sword. So we just need to like live long enough to see the all-in so that we can get the clip. That's the most important part here. All right, Belly Buster, Hold'em, Sack Gold. We might as well just use like the onboard gold. Okay, looks like they're going to try to cover it, but we do have the Iron Song at least to punish here. Then we can also give them the Gala. Seems pretty strong. Alright, come on. We do have to draw the all-in is like the big part here. I guess we can start with a Raise Blade and just see what we find. We need a good YouTube short from this. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to farm here is the YouTube content. Like we have 9 gold on the field, so like the all-in is insane here. Maybe we just need 3 all-in in the deck. Maybe that's what I'm learning. I guess we could like put the muck on top. I don't feel very strongly about this. I also like redraw into it, maybe like draw another card. Well, I think we only want to draw 1 here, maybe. I don't know. This is weird. Still coming in for a bunch here. And then we'll sack just the onboard gold. All right, we do have to draw the all-in. That is like the critical part of this F tier Fridays is we do have to like draw the card that we built the deck around. I guess like maybe I should just be on 3, but I feel like 3 is like kind of clunky. So we have 4 over. This does not kill, unfortunately. But it's pretty close to killing. Alright, we get rid of this unpacking. I guess we like just put them to 1 and see what they do. Unless I'm miscounting this. Oh no, yes, they are 1. Okay, cool. I did count this correctly. Oh, come on. We're so close. We have 8 gold. Okay, we do have to block now, which is very sad. I think they're gonna follow up just with like a claw here or something. Maybe we like start sacking armor at this point. Unfortunately, we didn't draw the all-in. If we had like drawn the all-in the last like 2 or 3 turns, I think it would have been kind of insane. We get like plus 16 or 18 or something like that. Unlucky. Maybe we just need a 3rd one in the deck for content purposes. So I think we're giving up 2 gold so that we go to 3 here. Don't die to random reckless swing. Seems reasonable. Donkey is the is this the funny one? I don't know. Doing a damage on win? No, that's the red one. The blue one is you destroyed their arsenal, which I feel like as like a blue block 3 is like fairly low opportunity cost. All right, let's go ahead and just. I guess we're just killing them with up the ante at this point. Seems fine. Not very exciting though. I think I'm just like gonna put another all-in in the deck just so we like see it faster, maybe. I don't know, or like we can like play towards it maybe a little bit better. But like 2 is like also fairly reasonable, I feel like. All right, so this wagers exit number of times we wagered. So we've wagered once. I think this kills still, right? Okay, yeah, put to 1. Pretty good. Blue 3 for floor. Reaction is pretty sweet. Alright, how close was our all-in? Let's see. Okay, well, not at the top of the deck. Okay, so we're still like a pretty decent ways off of it. Alright, chat, what do we think? Do I want to put in like a 3rd all-in? I kind of do. I think we need to like actually see it more frequently is maybe the strat. Olympia is super fun. Just like sending like 20 damage on a sword is kind of cool. It's like very Marlin vibes, I think. Just like the on hits aren't as fun. You just kind of like make a bunch of tokens. But it's still pretty cool. All right, we're putting the 3rd all in the deck over the 3rd puncture. We do have to go all in. It's very important. All right, I want to see if we can get. All right, my first goal is I want to try to see if we can get this to like 20. I think 20 is like the opener goal. The second goal after we get 20 is I want to hit to like 30, which I think is theoretically possible. But we'd have to have like a very grimy matchup in order to get to that point. This is like Marlin with less on hits but more reaction fun. I think that's like a good way to phrase it. All right, we'll go first again. I don't know if this is the same Reiner. Maybe it is. We will find out. All right, we'll run all those cards. Run the prized gala. Seems good. I guess we don't really have an option. We have which prize gala, I guess. Should we run the middle one, the left one, or the right one? Let's run the left one. I think that's, or no, it will still default to the right one. Okay, we don't have a choice, chat. That's okay. I also think this card, I don't know if this card's actually good. Maybe there's a meta where this card's good. It's interesting. I don't know if it's like good in this deck because you're not going to be drawing into a bunch of reactions, which is weird. Play a Guardian, get it up to like 50. That's like that's the dream. Okay, winner. Do that. Alright, so this is a Medax Rhinar. Interesting. We also don't have to, hold on. We don't have to wager this. What if we just like swing sword and then puncture? I think that's like also pretty reasonable. Just send like 4. So I want to like arsenal the money where your mouth is for like a turn where we're like more likely to hit. I think we'll just like go ahead and use the prize call here. A little bit crazy, but I think that's like kind of worth it. We get like 2 gold out of it. Pretty interesting. Okay, I'm glad we arsenal the money where your mouth is, because holy crap, this hand would be bad otherwise. This hand might still be bad. I guess we can like block with one of the mucks. Seems okay. Maybe also giving up the headpiece that early is like a little greedy. Oh, that's annoying. In that case, do we even want to block at this point? It's probably worth still blocking 2. Or like functionally 2. Seems good enough. I do kind of want that on top, actually, because we did just get rid of our helmet. Seems good. Alright, let's go ahead and money where your mouth is. Then we can... Oh, I think we can just, like, pitch here, right? So we wager gold. Wager for money where your mouth is. Oh, wait, sorry. We don't... Hold on. We don't actually have to... we don't have to use the gold, right? We don't pay. And then we wager. Okay. Sorry, I forgot we have the 2 floating. Makes sense. The nice part is they aren't even running flashback here. So we just get to kind of push over the top. Alright, so now we're at 7 gold. Very promising. Alright, more likely than not gonna probably pop their beaten trackers here, just to have like a go wide turn. Makes sense to me. We have a pretty good turn lined up for us next turn, though, so I think we'll just pass. See what they do. Alright, what is the follow-up? It's probably going to be whatever they send, we're probably just going to like throw our armor in front of, so I think that will be this Feral Instinct. And they can't really like follow up with like a CNC or anything here. Okay, just going to be the Medax. Alright, Vanishing a Showstring. That's actually like kind of a sick piece with him. We will live though. Terms of combat seems like it's more for Dory than anything, but it's very good for her. I feel like that's true. I don't feel like that card's very compelling in our sideboard currently. Let's go ahead and see. So I kind of want to like play this Visit the Prize Room. But we have to like pitch in order to do that, which is weird. Let's, I guess, start with the Raise Blades and just see what we can hit off the top, because I kind of want to see if we can like get rid of this Belly Buster maybe. Alright, so I kind of see the line here. We like bottom. It doesn't really matter what we bottom necessarily. Put the Belly Buster on top. I'm saying bottoming, but we're actually putting it on top. And then we can like pitch the other raised to Visit the Prize Room. I paid gold. Re-equip the Gala. Double down. Oh, we didn't wager this turn though. Oh, hold on. I think I messed this up, right? So I guess in this case we don't wager. Maybe this is still fine. Like maybe. Oh, but we can't then play the Into the Muck. Okay, maybe I like punted. Oh, maybe the play was like not to. Hold on. Let me see how far back my opponent will let me go. Okay. So I think I'm not supposed to play the Visit the Prize Room. I think I'm supposed to, like, play this instead and get the Belly Buster back. I definitely, like, missequence this, I think. Maybe we put the double down on top. And then we do, like, this instead. This seems better. Alright, maybe I was, like, trapping myself by trying to play the Visit the Prize Room there. Because I don't think I've actually resolved this card yet. But maybe this seems like a little bit better. Forgot that you like have to wager to get the value. It's kind of tricky. That's why I think like raised blades. I think you still like need to run it because it's like a 0 for 3 with like a kind of sink below type effect on it. Like the card seems really good, but it doesn't turn on your wager is like the big downside. Alright, so hopefully get a little bit more gold here. I just want like a fat stack. That's the ideal. Hopefully they don't have like a way to like convert their hand super roll next turn. We'll kind of have to see here. Hoping for no blood rush, no go again. It's the dream. Olympia feels like an actual character now, which is wonderful. It does actually feel like very unique. I think they actually did a very good job with the design. It does feel like very unique, I guess. Oh, they're gonna try to like block out here. See how well this goes for them. We are presenting functionally like 16, so if they have to get like 4 cards, I think, to like fully cover. Oh. We will see if it ends up covering, but I kind of doubt it. If their hand blocks 12 and if they throw their like actually their entire hand in front of it, they can win the wager. But like all they're really getting is a courage token, which doesn't matter. I don't know. You know someone's gonna get on the calling stream and send the sword for like 100 damage. That's the dream. I don't know. I feel like the all-in card is just like very, very silly. I feel like in the slower matchups is where we're gonna see it like shine really, but like I think it's still pretty good in these like faster matchups as well. Alright, this is attempting to cover for 13, and then we will banish the Feral Instinct and hit anyways. You managed to muck a golden company in the mirror. The Olympia mirror seems like it could actually be kind of fun. That's very exciting. Alright, the meat axe for 5 I think is okay. I think we're just gonna like double down for 1 billion here. And then hope they can't like kill me out of nowhere next turn. I guess it doesn't matter because we have to like pitch through the sword anyways. So pay a gold here. Just play this out. And then we'll use a gold on this one. Seems pretty good. Coming in for 14 overpower. Not too bad. Alright. Hope they can't kill us. Oh, we drew the all-in like the turn that they draw the blood rush. Oh, that's so sad. Alright, we just need them to not have go again. And then we're fine. But more likely than not, they probably have something that they can... I think their arsenal is still that show of strength, right? Or did they play that out? It doesn't look... Or maybe they did play it out. I wasn't paying attention. It's very exciting, though, that they like gave him this much support. It's very cool. I'm kind of glad I put the third all-in in the deck because it seems like we've like kind of struggled to draw it. And this is currently an all-in for like 14. Maybe if we have to like use a gold to actually play it, it's a bit worse. Oh, this is exactly what we needed. If they're just sending a Thick-Hide Hunter for 8 here, we're kind of in business. Or for 10, rather. We're still in business, though. Okay, so how do we do this? So we sack all our gold. Do we have to give an armor piece here? We go to 3 exactly. I guess that's like good enough, right? Can't die to Reckless, which they also just pitched, which is pretty exciting. So I think we get to send in for 1 million here. This card is so cool. I love stupid cards like this. So much fun. And then we don't pay a gold, right? Oh, this doesn't require you to wager. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, big sword. Alright, belly buster, and then all in for 24. Seems good. Odds on favorite should have given a buff of like +2. Unfortunately, it doesn't, because tutoring for all in is great. Yeah, I kind of cut that card. It didn't seem like it was all that good, but all in seems pretty good. Just came in for 24 at the end there. Very exciting. This card is like actually good, I think. Like, this isn't even a meme card. I think you, like, unironically play this card into a lot of different matchups, it seems like. Like, it just feels like your opponent has, like, a very hard time actually being able to, like, block most of your stuff. So, like, coming in for 24 is, like, the downside's, like, not incredibly real. It just feels almost like a blood rush for Warrior, which is kind of exciting. But yeah, pretty sick that game. It came in for 14. Okay, so we still need to get it up to, like, 20 or something, but we're working on it, chat. Casual 24, exactly. It's such a great card because you're going to make it hit. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think this card, like, doesn't actually have the drawback. Like, the lose the game drawback is, like, a very flavorful thing that they put on this card, but, like, the drawback is, like, actually not that bad. Because if it's not hitting, you're probably not winning the game anyways, right? Depending on, like, when you cast it. So, like, the on-hit of lose the game is not actually all that real, it feels like. It's not like Regicide, I think is a good way to phrase it, you know? Like, this is not even a refined Olympia deck, but I feel like the hero is just, like, so much stronger now. Like, you can still, like, win with this deck, even though, like, I've put maybe, like, less than a dozen games into it or something like that. Alright, playing against a Huntsman. Okay, this matchup could be scary. I don't even think we want the terms of combat now that I think about it. Actually, hold on. I'm going to leave this game so we can adjust the sideboard real quick. I think that we don't actually want this card. This card just seems bad. Like, maybe we just want, like, a lessons learned in the sideboard for some extra blues and, like, the fatigue matchups. Maybe that's a little bit better. Let's try something like that instead. I will play against another Huntsman if they rejoin, but I think our sideboard is, like... I think that card is just, like, not actually all that good in, what's that card called? The Terms of Combat. It's probably just not that good in Olympia because we don't actually have that many reactions. Like, a lot of our stuff is just, like, front-facing pumps. It makes sense. The card does seem really cool. I just generally like anything that's, like, very anti-D-react hate. Alright, playing against the same Huntsman. Alright, I'm assuming the same Huntsman, but yeah, let's go ahead and run it back. So I think we're going to bring in the full deck here. See how it goes. But this is a matchup where we can, like, all in for a million, which is very exciting. So let's see how high we can pump this sucker. Olympia will have a hard time against Cecilia and Gravy. Might have trouble with Mario, but Golden Company and Stand Tall help in the matchup. But other than that, I think it's up there on the tiers. I think I agree with that. Alright, playing a Nerve Scalpel, sure. I think we're just gonna, like, say no blocks and just see whatever the contract card is. We take, like, a little bit of damage here. We probably actually do want to block with this, like, check raise just to, like, get it out of our hand, because currently we don't really have a way to wager, so 0 for 4 less good. Alright, took a point in the opener, but that's fine. Double down, also not very exciting. Let's go ahead and just swing in here. Might end up popping the Gala, depending on how we're feeling. I imagine they could probably, like, cover it, though, so we probably shouldn't, like, over-invest in it. Alright, play the Jagged Edge, sure. Get our little bit of 6 damage in. I've been seeing Olympia just all in sillies to death. Yeah, I mean, I can see it. Alright, Hunter hunted early might be annoying. If they hit my all in, I'm going to leave because we gotta farm the clips. That's the most important part about the stream. I'm looking forward to Olympia meta. Oh no. Oh, wait. Oh, they only get 3 copies of it, though. Okay, so they only get the red copies, I guess. Okay, so that's not that bad. They hit Money Where Your Mouth Is, which is a lot of gold from our deck, but they only get 3 copies, which is nice. Oh, they can't actually hit all in right now. It's not nameable on Talishar. That's very cool. Well, I'm glad that they can't name it. Alright. Oh, they took a blue one and 2 red ones. Oh, because they banished a red one. Okay, so they had 4 of them. That's not great. But that's okay. Alright, they're just passing as well. So let's go and do the check raise. Money where your mouth is. And I think we are going to just double down for the overpower. Seems worth it, although I am concerned that they're going to block. Well, we are extending in for a lot here, though. The only unfortunate part is we do have to like give up a piece of armor, but I think it's still worth it to attempt to threaten the on hit here. More likely than not, I imagine this is probably just getting covered, though. We'll see. All right, seems like they probably have react or something. Makes sense. All right, so they get they get 2 gold from the wager. That's also kind of sick. Terrifying. Hmm. All right, how do we want to do this here? I kind of want to like sync below this golden company for later. Free up the Gala, I think makes sense. Oh, they're gonna flick. Flicking the nerve scalpel, why? Oh, the Graven Call. Never mind. Okay, that makes sense. Sure. And then I guess we can like money. We can like sack the gauntlets. We're going like so gold negative though is the problem. Maybe this is still fine though. We just like wager anyways. See what they do. Maybe we even just like end up playing the Jagged Edge. We'll see. Oh, do we have a Fabry link? I don't know if you want to play this deck list. This is like not necessarily the most serious Olympia deck list, but this is like the F tier Friday meme list that we have. I didn't post in the chat though. Or am I allowed to? Okay, I am allowed to. Cool. Alright, see what they do. Oh, they're gonna take the damage. That's good for us. Crazy. Alright, re-equip the Graven Call, sure. This is like still kind of fine though. Alright, so we probably can't play all in until a bit later in this matchup, but we can at least like sink it away and try to get rid of it. Could also just like block with armor here. Kind of like suspecting they maybe have like a shred or something that they want to try to play. Which maybe makes blocking with armor bad, but that's still fine. I do like want to sink below, but I'm kind of like sussing out like a react of some kind here. Alright, blue shred makes sense, sure. Okay, well, we do kind of bait them here a little bit. Alright, so we'll sink the all-in for later. At least denying the mass trigger seems relevant. And then we still have some gold to work with here. So let's go ahead and just Golden Grill again. Yeah, we'll sack the like onboard gold, I guess makes sense. Wager for the Belly Buster. You've had good success with commanding performance. What is that card? Hold on. Commanding. Is that the one that like destroys your arsenal? That card seems good. The only downside of that card is it does not make a gold, so it is counterintuitive to our make all the gold in the world strategy. I think that card seems fine. Alright, let's go and see what kind of react they have here. We get to Into the Muck this, which is pretty sweet. I'm kind of glad I waited so that we get like the full 0 for 4 value. Very exciting. Okay, they have another one. That's unfortunate. We still kind of like made them use it, which is okay. Alright, just sigilling. I mean, them giving us tempo is like actually, I feel like pretty good for us. Go ahead and play out like Raised Blades or something. Oh, Lessons Learned is actually not bad. Especially if they go for like a Hunter or Hunted here. So I guess we bottom the Belly Buster. And then I kind of almost want to like sack the gold so that we can Gala. Then we like IP with the lessons. We have like full tempo here, which is really good. Route would be really good in this list too. I don't know if you like need route though. I feel like you kind of have that with like Into the Muck a little bit. That's what it kind of like feels like to me. All right, let's go ahead and puncture this. Then we'll kind of see what they do. Okay, don't want to do anything, sure. So we get to make our gold here. I probably should have like popped the Gala as well. I kind of almost expected them to cover. We'll see. I kind of want them to like send a CNC or something here. That would be ideal. Lesson learned seems like it's really powerful, especially into like this type of matchup. It is not baton. What does baton mean? Oh, they did send a CNC. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and respond. All right, play the lessons. So what are we shuffling back here? Is it different names? Choose up to 3 cards with different names in your graveyard. Okay, so you get Puncture, Into the Muck, and Jagged Edge. Sure. That seems good. Oh, it's not bottom. Oh, I keep saying bottom with the what do you call it? Raised blades. I'm so used to like this kind of effect, like bottoming the card. Like putting the card on top is very counterintuitive. I do actually need to stop saying. I know that this card puts it on top, but I forget that. That's what I mean. Yeah, my habit also says bottom. Yeah. Thank you for the reminder, though. I need to like actually stop saying that though. All right, we belly buster, and then we can like IP or like not IP, but just save the. Oh no, sorry, didn't want to play that. I guess we don't even get value out of it because we don't have any reacts in the yard anymore. We'll not pay gold. Just send in for big number here. 12 is still not bad. I think we can still shuffle though, right? Shuffle up to 3, so we can still play this to shuffle, which is kind of cool. So we will see what they do. Okay, they are not going to black out the wager, which is nice. So we get a little bit of gold generation going. Seems good. This might not be a matchup where we can actually all in. Maybe it is, but we will see. Oh, if you choose 0, you don't shuffle? Okay, interesting. That kind of makes sense. I guess you have to have at least 1 card to shuffle in. Alright, slay the scholars, so we can like golden company this. If we want to. We also don't have to necessarily, but I kind of struggle to see what else we would be kind of doing with our resources here. Yeah, let's go ahead and just like play the golden company out. I think that seems fine. Not pay gold here. We still get to like just hold on to the lessons. We do need to like put a react in the yard though, is kind of important. If we do need at least like 1 to shuffle. Interesting. The more you know. Alright, so Golden Grail, do the thing. Still coming in for 8 here, which is still a pretty big number. And then I guess we wager just so we get the extra +1. They get a bigger token, I don't think that necessarily matters. But we'll see. Alright, shelter, maybe another D-React or something here. Oh, wait. Okay, sure. Makes sense. Going all in on liking the scream. Thank you, Donnie. Alright, so they get the vigor, but I think that's like okay. Alright, found the riches too. I feel like riches in this deck is also pretty sweet. Okay, so how many all-ins have we actually used? I don't think we've used any, so we can like probably afford to block with this one. Alright, so following up with the leave no. Sure. So I do want to try to hold on to this if I can. So I think we're probably just like blocking these 2 maybe. The problem is we don't have like a good way to use the wager. Maybe we like, hold on. Is there something better we can do here? That doesn't work. Like play the rake back. Maybe that's actually the play is we like block 4, try and play the rake back. I think that seems fine. Should probably try to block this out. Just so they can't like Codex us to kind of follow it up. I think that seems worth it. Alright, so we played the rake back here. Hang a gold. And then we get to wager for an equipment. Then we choose if you want to pay a gold. No. Play the riches, then we get the take the upper hand as well. Very exciting. So we're coming in for 9 here. Alright, we'll go ahead and just use the take up the upper hand. We can also shuffle back now, which is pretty good. Grab back, I guess, our chest plate now. Alright, so we're doing good on the gold front again. Very good. How does it feel being able to turn gold into a sword swing? From the Armory deck video, it seemed very sweet. It does feel very good. Being able to... How do you do it? Like, it opens up like a lot of really interesting lines, I think, where even if it's just like baseline 0 card 3 is pretty good. Like, adding the... Like, it smooths out like the resource problem a bit, which is very cool. Alright, so what is this? Plunder the poor into... Send a million things at us. I think we just like have to not block here. Okay, coercive, sure. That seems fine. I think once they send like an actual disruptive effect, then we can maybe consider golden cupping, but for now I think we're okay. But yeah, the like I think the appeal of the like flexibility of Golden Grail is that you get the option to like use more resources towards your buffs or whatever, as opposed to like having to pay for the sword is I think a really big deal. It just makes like the very go tall strategy a lot more compelling, I guess. Alright, so this one also gets Gogan because it's coercive, yuck. I think it's still like fine. I just don't see like a really compelling reason to try to block this. Alright, up the ante's pretty good. Alright, cracking the gold. Okay, sure. What do we want to do with this gold? Is there anything that they want to do with this gold? Maybe just want to like Codex at the end. It also seems reasonable, I guess. Sure enough. I'm imagining this is Codex. Feels very much like a Codex. Yep. Can always smell it, I feel like. Okay. Leave no sure, so... I guess we just, like, play the Golden Company, and then we, like, send sword for 0, and then, like, up the ante it or something. That's kind of exciting. Sure, so we're going to be using a bit of gold this game, so maybe we're not going to get, like, that huge, like, all-in that we necessarily wanted. But this is still pretty good. Actually, sorry, we don't want to pitch for this. We want to pay the gold. Just using, like, having the ability to turn gold into like 2 resources is like very, very powerful. Like turning it into 2 resources without having to like pitch to it, so you don't have like the RNG of it is like very, very cool. Makes it like a lot easier to kind of like do what you want to do. So we will pay the gold. Like this is like a kind of perfect example of like it kind of helps us like smooth out the hand, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it turns every gold into an E-pot, which is like crazy. Like, for those of you who think that, like, Olympia did not receive support, like, this deck is, like, actually, unironically very good, I think. It's just, like, how refined the lists are going to end up being, like, that's kind of, like, the big, kind of question right now. Is, like, what is, like, the final list end up being? Like, is it good? That kind of thing. Alright, coming for 6. Alright, so now we get to also lessons learned in response to the hunted or hunted here, which is really good. This card seems broken. Just like remembrance for reactions is very cool. Alright, but we will go ahead and respond to it after they see the top. So go ahead and get that shuffle. I'm glad I remembered to put this back in, because I feel like playing without it would be significantly harder. But then we can also just like into the muck them afterwards. Pretty cool. Then we'll go ahead and banish it as well, just in case they like randomly hit into the muck off the top. Might as well do it now, I suppose. But like it seems like this deck like just kind of stomps fatigue, which is always, I think, a very good place for a deck to be in. The only thing that I think we need to like figure out with this deck is like how do you like if you're actually like trying to build this deck seriously, I think the thing that you have to consider is like how are you using like agility tokens or like the other token like the blade dance or whatever. Um Wait, so you're saying my Olympia promo might be useful after Mastery Pack Warrior comes out? It's possible. I think I also got one of those from like an event. I forget exactly like which one. I think I like top eighted something. Got like Olympia promo during like heavy hitters. I think we should at least give a good old college try to block this out, but my hopes are low. Okay, sure. Little annoying, but fine. Okay, they get to take one of our reds here. That's okay. Both of our reds are kind of bad on this hand. A little bit. I guess we can like rake back too. So we'll not pay gold. And the nice part is I guess they don't really have like an equip, because I think this also, you may equip an equipment card from the graveyard. So you can also let your opponent get an equipment card, which is kind of interesting. Scary, I guess. But we are coming in here for like functionally 9. The question is, am I supposed to actually even bait the D-React here? I feel like the answer is like no. Given that they know. Okay, wait, why are they doing this? Oh, they're doing this to get it out of Arsenal so they can play Codex. That's why. Okay, so I'm like extra glad that I didn't actually pump into that. That is very cool. Alright, so they almost assuredly have like blue Codex in their hand, is like what I'm putting them on. Okay. Seems good. This hand seems terrible on the other hand, though. Suppose we're maybe just like blocking, sending a bit of damage or something. Alright, there's the Codex, sure. So you can like block with like take the upper hand and maybe a shove off and like keep the donkey or something. That could be kind of funny. Maybe get them with like a world's first donkey, destroy the arsenal. I also am kind of curious why they sent the Graven as opposed to the other one, but their choice. So we'll not pay a gold here, I think. Not pay gold. I think we'll pitch this Lessons, even though it is pretty good against Hunter Hunted. I very much want them to block this and get like oh my god. This donkey is like a total fucking blowout. That's hilarious. This card is so funny. getting a leave no. Oh my god. Hilarious. Okay. This deck is like actually kind of troll. I love it. Okay, that was very, very good for us. So we have All In, Iron Song, up the ante. What is our arsenal again? CNC is annoying, but we can persevere. How many all-ins have we used, I guess, is the question. And should I even care about how many all-ins? Probably not. Maybe just do something a little like this. Block 6, send 3, arsenal to sink below. Seems good. We can even threaten to just pop the Gala here, which I think is reasonable. Oh, hold on 1 second. Yeah, intentionally losing the Wazer is like so funny. I think I will go and just like pop the Gala and just like see if they want to do anything. They do want to de-react. Okay, that's very funny. Sure. We will not press that any further. The excessive blood loss is like mildly annoying. We also don't have a wager necessarily right now. So maybe this heads up's like not very good. I think we're just gonna take the value play and like let them banish however many cards they want to banish off the top. We're kind of like winning on fatigue anyways, so the on hit's not necessarily real. Let's go ahead and bottom the heads up for now. I think that's still pretty good for us. Okay, they hit 2 reds and a blue. So they do have a lot of silver at this point. Mildly scary, but I think we can still do pretty well here. Okay, so we draw blue. So maybe we actually like put the riches on top, or I guess we know the riches now drawing into a blue. Does that change the play at all? I guess we may just want to draw riches next turn. Do something like this, not wager the gold. Put riches on top or something. Seems pretty good. I feel like they're going to really struggle once they start to run out of D-Reacts, which should be any day now. We've seen 2 Sink Belows, 3 Shelters, 1 Fate Foreseen, 1 Hunter Hunted. I think the other one... Oh, sorry, the other one's banished, right? Oh, we also banished a Fate Foreseen. Okay, so they're like pretty close to being out of stuff. Also, I probably should have done the pump there, but that's okay. I still don't think we're like dying necessarily this hand. We'll see. They could hit us with like a CNC and that would be mildly annoying. But we're doing pretty well here. Okay, see, that is the... I willed this into existence. That sucks. Taking 5, I guess. Feels bad. Maybe that was an argument, I guess, to play the take the upper hand last turn, just get them to 1. Minor punt. Or major punt, depending on how you feel about that. Alright, I want to draw the blue there. That's perfect. And then we can Golden Grail. Or sorry, we don't want to pay the gold. Actually, maybe we do want to pay the gold. Maybe we actually like draw an extra card and just see what we hit off the top. We draw an all-in. Oh, do I die if I play that? We have 4 gold. So this would be a +6. This goes to +3. We absolutely die if we play this, right? Almost assuredly. I want to play it, though. Oh, okay, so wait, this is coming in for... We have 6 here, 6 here, 15. They can block 15 so easily. I don't think we can play it, chat. Do it? Alright, Ultra... We're all in. Ultra U wants me to play it. Alright, we're doing this for chat. Alright, we'll play it for the content. Okay. I feel like we're actually gonna die as soon as we play this, but maybe we don't die. That is the fun of it, I suppose. Alright, coming in for 15. All they have to do is like fold their hand and have a D-React here. Almost assuredly. For the content. Alright, join late. What is Allen's text is like regicide? Yes, it's basically regicide. Oh wait, actually hold on. I guess we should I guess we still lose to D-React if we do this. This isn't into the muck or whatever. Okay, I think we're dead. Alright, I don't know if that was the move, chat, but I did it for you. So we can at least stack the money or your mouth is trigger first to give them the gold before we die. Okay. Very exciting, though. Actually, kind of close to having it there, but not quite. Maybe not the all-in opportunity. I still think this card is like probably more of like a 2-of in most Olympia decks, but very, very funny. I appreciate you for doing it. I think that's fine. It's fine. All right, we'll get another one. This is what I'm here for. Thank you. All right, reasonable. Okay, playing against Goliath. I feel like the golden companies might be good in this matchup. And then maybe we can bring in like Sink Belows as well. I'm kind of like worried if they're like a fatigue Goliath, which we can maybe hedge for a little bit. I don't know if most Goliaths are like on fatigue though. I'm gonna bring in like 2 of these and maybe we can cut like a shove off or 2 and just run like a clean 60 like this. Let's go and try it. Alright, they are on fatigue Goliath, so I'm justified in hedging, I suppose. Or are they on a fatigue Goliath? I don't know that they are. Maybe on fatigue? It's hard to tell these days. They should have given this... If Olympia had a hook, that'd probably be like the most busted hero in the game. Unironically, like having the ability to just like hook on literally every attack is probably too much. Does hook work on weapons though? I guess the question. Hold on. Gold baited. Your next pirate attack. So it would work on weapons if Olympia was a pirate, which maybe there's room for in a future set. Who knows? My deck does have the dominate pumps. Here, let me go back up to the deck list real quick. What our opponent's thinking. So we are running the dominate pumps. So and this is kind of just like a good stuff Olympia pile. The only meme here is really like the 9 money where your mouth is, which I think is probably like not correct. Do we claim victory? Warrior was overdue for a broken hero. It's true. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and claim victory because I want to find a game faster. That's a positive win rate on the Olympia deck though. Getting those wins in, padding the win rate. All right, 57%. That's not bad, given that I've not played Olympia. I just wish they reset his multiplier to 1.0. I kind of wish they did do that, but I wouldn't be surprised if they put out something about that. We'll have to kind of see. Okay, playing against another Olympia. I guess we probably do want the D-Reacts. And then the Into the Mucks also probably seem pretty good. So I think we want to cut here. It's a good question. I feel like I want to lean towards like running as close to a clean 60 as possible. But they are also choosing who goes first. I don't know who's supposed to go first. All right, maybe they also don't want to play. That's also reasonable. All right, Vincent is actually kind of a tough matchup from what I initially kind of gleamed, but we'll go ahead and try it. So this matchup, I think you want to be pretty aggressive. I feel like having a bunch of D-Reacts is also not like super, or having a bunch of attack reacts is also not super great because they do have like face purgatory and stuff. So you'll run the Into the Mucks and maybe like the Sink Belows just as a little bit of extra life buffer. I think this seems fine. Let's go ahead and just try it with like AB1. Please let Warrior be good. The Warrior stands need it. They've been craving for a while. Though I feel like the Warrior stands do definitely need it. I feel like if Olympia is one of the better decks, or the better Warrior decks, I guess, like once Kasai leaves, then I think there's pretty strong argument for it being like a fun time. I don't know. Okay, this hand's pretty bad. I kind of want to just like swing sword. Swing sword and maybe just like arsenal the money. I think that seems worth it. We got like the very funny equipment set up here as well. Just like full like I guess what is this what is the term for like gladiator armor, and then you got the clogs. Love it. Like I will say, like this list is not very refined, but it does feel very good, which is like indicative of a strong heroes. If you're like playing a hero like on release and the hero feels very strong, the deck building typically only goes up from there. So like I expect Olympia to like only get better as people kind of start to figure them out. I think like using the agility tokens and like the blade dance tokens might be like kind of one of the ways that Olympia starts to get there. All right, so it's money here. Then do I want to do anything else? I kind of want just like money. We could also like play the double down, but I feel like that like turns face purgatory into being something that's really good. Maybe it's still. Oh, actually, I guess double down gets around face purgatory. Oh, I didn't consider that. We are giving up our armor, but maybe we just kind of have to like do it anyways. I don't love it, but it's maybe fine. Kind of do something like this and just overpower so they can't fully block it. The Kirath and the Clog is a classic fit. Real ones know about the Clog's fit. I love the Clog boots. We actually have like a copy. It's like one of the cooler promos I think we own. All right, so get some money. So we go to 3 gold. Pretty good. Then I'm a little bit scared of what they got going on over there. But I think we might just take a little bit of an off turn to try to stop this deathly. Hope we don't get pummeled, I suppose. But I think it's probably worth it to block 6 here at least. All right, let's see. So we give... I don't want to just give armor here. Maybe give them one of our blues. And then just hold on to the reds. Try to make something out of them. Alright, so we block out the mob, which is good. They follow up with the flail, which I think we're just gonna allow to happen. Given that we both already lost life this turn, so it doesn't really matter. I guess we like stop the Wandering Champ, but seems to be fine. What do we want to do on this hand? I think this is like pitch or like use Golden Grail like this. The only downside is like the problem with the attack reactions in the Vincent is that she can just like Purgatory. So maybe I should like blocked with this last turn. I wonder if you add in stuff like performance bonus or wage gold to use the agility. That could also, I could see that. Maybe we try to experiment with something in that direction. Pay a gold. I feel like it's like too obvious if we do try to go for it. Maybe we just try to like arsenal this or something. I'm gonna say we're not gonna pay a gold. Maybe just come for 7 and just like hold this for next turn or let them face Purgatory it. But we'll wager. I feel like the sword definitely incentivizes you to take a little bit greedier wagers than like old Olympia did, which is very cool. Like it actively incentivizes you to like want to interact with the mechanic as opposed to like just playing it out and not wagering or whatever. Alright, giving us them off, sure. What does that mean for their hand? It means they probably just like don't have a way to use the Gogan or something. Interesting. Okay, they probably just had like a little bit of a stinker of a hand. So let's start with the raised blades. I want to try to find something that lets us wager, which up the ante definitely helps. So it's good. Bottom the donk or top the donk. Sorry, I'm gonna say it right when. All right, whoever the fuck's in chat who said that I keep saying bottom, I'm explicitly saying we're going to top the card because that's what this card does. Okay, cool. We figured it out. Now what are we gonna do? I think we can like draw a little bit of gold, maybe. I want to have like one extra card here, so like when we swing, if they do decide to go for Purg. Oh, I guess they can't Purg if we have Dominate, right? But we also can't wager ahead of time. Interesting. Which means we can't turn on the Dominate. Maybe try to like crack one more gold and just see what we can find. Huh, check raise. It's kind of funny. I mean, we can technically do this, right? Sure. So then we pay the gold so that we have the floating resource, right? And do we want to sack the armor or the gold on the field? I guess the gold on the field is just strictly better, right? Alright, so I imagine this is probably the Purgatory turn, which I don't think we can really do much about. Pretty exciting, though. So this is like coming in for... Oh, they are going to just like let us do it. Oh, I didn't expect that. Okay, so I guess we just do this for 2. So we wager gold, wager vigor, and buff attack. I feel like the wager agility in this particular deck is just like extra gravy on top, just for like a little bit of additional value. Oh, we are coming in for a decent chunk here, which is very exciting. So get back to 3 gold. Kind of broken. All right, the envelope, as who's like the caster who started saying that envelope in darkness. Was it a caster or was it just the Fab community as a whole? I don't know. Envelop in darkness is how it's normally said. Okay, so they're coming in for a decent chunk here. I don't think we care though. We just say no blocks. Go to town. I think the one turn that they had an off turn was just like pretty backbreaking for them. Unfortunate. I guess they still send in for like a decent amount here. I turn around for 1 minute and they down to 9. Like we just said like 20 last turn on Golden Grail, which is like kind of nutty. So let's go ahead. How do we want to do this? Let's start with the raise blade, I guess, and just like see. Well, oh, we found the all-in. Okay. Not as good as I kind of want it to be, but it's probably still fine. Actually, does this lose us the game if we like whiff on it? Probably not because of the puncture, right? So we can bottom the money, do this. Okay, we can do everything here. Not a big deal. Play the puncture at the end. I don't think we ever lose the game here. Which is like kind of why I think all in is like kind of broken. Alright, wager, and then we wager for all in, so just casually coming in for 18. Seems good. Warrior meta baby. It's true. Their warriors are fine. They complained long and hard, but they're finally meta. It's very exciting. Is Kasai going to be like the first warrior towel? Is that true? Aurora, what did you do? We just killed the we just sent like 30 something damage or like 40 damage, like 35 damage between the last like 2 turns. Kind of cracked hero, to be honest. Warrior meta till it's Runeblade meta. I think that's accurate. There's like no way they can block this out, right? I'm struggling to think of like what sequence of cards would get around the puncture as well. But I'm like 95% sure they're just dead here. I guess we might as well just like play the puncture though. Put it to 22. Why not? Oh, that just kills. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there was any way that they could get around that. But seems good. Having a 0 for 8 in your deck always seems pretty strong. I guess there's like a real downside to it, but not really, because it's 0 for 8, right? Very cool. GG's. Yeah, that was a very fun game. I think what you could end up doing is end up like playing the performance bonus or whatever. Also, let me like change my screen. I don't have my like auto switcher set up. Ooh, okay, we got Labaya. Exciting. What do we want into Levi? I think this is probably just like a race matchup, so maybe we just bring in them. Oh, we can get like a muck on a carry. Oh no, you can't do it on Carrion Husk. Okay, not as good, but still could be fine. Maybe I actually just want like the Sink Belows. Also, I think muck is just better than Iron Song Response potentially. Let's bring in the Sink Belows for fixing and maybe just run the mucks or something like this. Still want to try to go for like the all-in play, but we're playing against a lot of like aggro decks, so maybe we're not going to get there. 0 for 8 is pretty good. All-in is so cash money. It's true. Okay, what do we want to do here? Maybe just like play. I don't really like want to give them a vigor. Actually, I kind of want to like overpitch the puncture here and just like leave them with this, and maybe just like not wager. Let's do something like this. I'm gonna say no wager. Oh, I also probably shouldn't be attacking Levi on turn 1. That's also probably smart. I think the optimal play there is to just like pass. Yeah, that's probably better. Might have punted. Muck banishing is very relevant. Oh, right, because you like banish their cards out of like their graveyard or whatever. It's kind of cool. Okay, so we have this card. This is like the one that like makes the ally terrifying. Kind of want to just do something like this. Like we play Money Your Mouth is make the gold, use the gold for the Golden Grail, take the upper hand, arsenal the prize room, and then like block with the Gala and the gauntlets. I think this seems good. But yeah, true. Banishing is a lot more relevant just because we can like deny them the graveyard if they do decide to block. But lesson for all you kids playing against Sylvia, which I know it's been a minute for a lot of you, is to generally just like don't attack turn 1 so that they can't fill their graveyard. One of the things that is generally best practice. Let's go ahead and pay the gold. We'll use. I guess there's like no real reason to ever use armor, right? So you just like always use the gold. All right, we'll wager for the money your mouth is, and then we'll like take the upper hand plus prize call is kind of the goal here. Yeah, banishing leave no witnesses if the first one is pretty good. So codexes are worse. Marvel armor is so funny with the small helm on top. It's true. It's got like a little baby head. Alright, we'll go ahead and take the upper hand and Gala here. Try to get some gold generation flowing. We also have the prize room for next turn, which is pretty sweet. I just hope they don't have like a D-React or something random, which I imagine they don't, given that they're Levia, but you never know. This is definitely a hand of cards. Needs a little bit of help here. So what do we do? I suppose we're just kind of blocking here. Can deny the plasma fat, which I think is relevant. I don't think it's like that relevant on hit, but it is like semi-real. And then we can just do like visit the prize room into like Arsenal to check raise, I think seems reasonable. That seems good. All-in's at plus 12 kind of already, which is pretty sick. Because you can also use the armor. The armor is like kind of half the reason why the card is pretty sweet. I guess we do have to go like -1 gold for the prize room though. I think that's still like worth it though, because we're like getting Gala back, which is kind of broken. Very exciting here though. Alright, so we don't pay the gold. Or no, we do pay the gold. Right, because it's we have to do that to actually get the equipment back. I guess we can actually put the plate in the art in case we do draw into that one card that lets us like get back our equipment or whatever. Maybe it's worth it. This seems good though. We set up a vigor for next turn. Get to come in for 4. Arsenal check raise. I think we're in a good spot. Do just need them to not draw Blood Rush over the next couple turns would be ideal, but can't always get everything you want. Alright, Pound of Flesh, sure. Is this card good in Levia? I've seen people go like on and off about this card. I've never seen it do anything like particularly impressive, I feel like. It's interesting. We still do not have a good way to wager next turn. Which I guess we have like the prize gala, so maybe that's our way to wager. But we still don't get like the dominate, which is unfortunate. This hand still seems like good though. We have like 1 cost here. We can use that with a vigor, and then we can swing Grail to like kind of do everything. Alternative play is that we can raise plays, try to find something. A lot of options here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just like cash in the Gala though. Get a little bit aggressive just so we can get the gold generation as high as possible. Alright, so let's start with the raise blade. See if we can maybe hit a... Okay, that is a little bit early, I feel like. So we're gonna leave that on top, I think. And then I think we're not gonna try to go for that just yet. So how do we sequence this? We play the heads up. I think we're like raise plating and still just like leaving it on top though. Like I think we're just gonna go for like the Gala play here. And if they decide to like give us everything, then that's like fine. Yeah, I think I like this. So we don't pay the gold, and then we just show them functionally. What? How much is this? It's like 12 damage face up plus an additional 5 if we wager. Because we get +4 here, and then we also get another +1 here. So it still seems pretty good. So you have to like overblock this in a really awkward way. And then we also have the all-in on top, which is very exciting. So if they don't block this, then we get an additional 2 gold, which makes our all-in better for next turn. Seems really good. Maybe that card is just broken. It's very possible. Blaswell will get more real when they release a card that lets it attack and not just be an aura with HP. I kind of feel like it's supposed to be an aura with HP. But this is really funny because like they had to like give us the whole hand and Carrion Husk, and we still just get to like not care. So like that's kind of totally fine with us. We got the Carrion Husk out of the way, and then we get to like keep the all-in for later. So not paying a gold, and then we will go ahead and wager. Like I feel like Olympia just sets up these like brutal blocking decisions, but like it just feels like you can't block all this damage. It's like too much damage to actually like try to block out. And then like the more damage you deal, the better the all-ins actually get, which is pretty cool. Ooh, we also have the heads up plus the all-in combo. This is like also nutty because you get dominate on sending damage for 1,000,000. All right, another blood rush. Sure, they've drawn all their beckoning hungers. I don't know if that's good or bad. Heads up plus all-in. I know. It's kind of like a broken combo. I guess you do have to like also have the wager source for heads up, so it's like kind of like a 3-card combo. So you have to have like wager card plus heads up plus the all-in because the all-in doesn't actually wager itself. But it's normally like pretty. I guess you do have like Gala to also like turn it on, but you can't obviously turn the dominate on, which is like a little annoying. Yeah, but this deck just seems like kind of broken. It's very exciting though. I feel like Warriors deserve a little bit of a broken deck. I think that's okay. As a little bit of a treat. Alright, so how much damage are we dealing? Oh, they're running the yellows as well. Okay, very, very interesting. Let's go and give them the Golden Grill, I suppose. And then... I guess the shove-off's not necessarily doing anything. So we play the all-in, we play the heads up, we play this. We have one floating, we sack a gold to... I guess it lets us like keep a gold, which is maybe worth it. We get like initial +2 if we hold on to this as a blue. Seems worth. Let's do the money, do the heads up, and then we'll pitch to Grail. Oh, and then also obviously play the all-in. Yeah, that seems pretty good. So we will not pay the gold, pitch, and then how much is this coming in for? Wager all the things. Is there a deck list? I don't know what half of these cards do. Yeah, they deal 24 damage apparently. Welcome to the stream, Hot Dad. But I'll go ahead and give you the deck list. Here we go. This is more of like a meme Olympia list than anything. Like I just want to see how high we can pump up the all-ins. But I think it's pretty close to like what actually might end up being good. Who knows? All right, Shadow Realm, sure. Yeah, so this is like a little bit of a meme list. This is not like an actual refined Olympia deck, but it feels pretty good for not being a refined Olympia deck, which is pretty sweet. Let's go ahead. I think we're gonna try to raise blades this card into something a little bit better. I think blow is probably better. Then we can kind of just like close out the game by kind of just forcing them to block every turn. Wager for the Buster, come for 10. Seems broken. It's like 3-card 10 with like an on hit. Kind of real. They might actually just like, end up dying to Blood Debt at some point here. Okay, they have the Endless Maw, sure. So not quite dead yet, but we do have Sink Below and some goodies here, so I think they're not staying around for too much longer, hopefully. There's a way I get punished for doing this, but I think it's fine. So we block 7 here, take 3, go to 4, so we're out of random D-React range. What's that card called? Reckless Swing. That's the one. And then we can check raise, kind of just strip their hand again. Seems pretty good. We also got our all-in for 1,000,000, so I can't be too depressed this game. All right, wager for Hold'em, yes, so that we turn that on. So coming for 11. They have to give pretty much their whole hand. I guess they could like keep a card, but I don't know what they actually end up doing with that card. I don't know if there's one card in Leviathan that like clears Blood Debt. I guess like Call to the Grave, if they get like Beast Within or something, maybe does it. I don't know. It's like a little bit of a stretch though. Yeah, this card seems good. I don't know. I'm kind of curious like what the Marlin matchup's like, because if you end up getting like steal a bunch of gold, maybe that's kind of scary for them. Definitely seems like the deck's like pretty reliant on gold, which is cool. I'm kind of wondering what they're cooking actually. Yellow Beckonings. Not too different from like our Leviolus. Oh, Ataya is interesting. Wait, why are they not running Soul of Existence? That card's broken. Okay, they got some interesting stuff going on there. 24 Dominate is like a little dumb. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty dumb. I think this hero is like actually quite strong. This might be one of the most juiced this might be like one of the more juiced armory deck heroes since Gravy. It's very exciting. It's been a while since we've had a hero this juiced. That being said, Acilio is probably still a terrible, terrible matchup. We can try and see if Null Boots does any better, but I kind of doubt it. I guess we'll like run the Jagged Edges and the Mucks. But this matchup, this is like the only bad matchup I feel like this hero. Well, maybe that's not true. I guess like Gravy also. The Acilio is sure like playing into us, but that's fine. We'll see like how bad it is this time. I'm assuming it's going to be just as bad with Norin 1. I just don't think there's like room to do anything different in this matchup. Like, if you're running AV3, like, why are you playing Olympia? Is like a question. I don't know. Okay, so we got the double down, the raise blades. Trying to think what we actually want to pitch to get rid of here. Might just be the no, double down's like pretty good though. I think it's the raise blades because we're gonna like want to use our equipment anyways. Jagged Edge is like a little bit unfortunate here, but I think this is still fine. So it kind of feels weird like using all of our equipment, but I kind of think that's correct. Like using the gold equipment to kind of try to get over the top here. Wager. Popping up to 10 is pretty good. And then we can just... I think we even just want to like throw this on here. Because why not? Wizards can't do arcane damage if they're dead. I don't know if we can kill them though, is the only issue. From what I picked up, Olympia can roll Marlin sometimes, but generally it's favored for Marlin. Okay, that's good to know. I trust Tasha on that one. I have not played the matchup very extensively. Hopefully it's good though. Ooh, double D-React, okay. If we don't connect here, that's going to be really bad for us. Okay, we do connect. That's very good. So we get back our 3 gold. Very exciting stuff. Alright, let's hope to see if we can just kill them fast enough here. Which I'm like a little bit concerned about. Let's go ahead and hold the donkey here. The donkey could actually kind of come in clutch. We'll not pay the gold. If they don't block, then we can just like potentially Gala. And then we can like set up the visit next turn. So I think, given that they block 2, it probably means that they're not going to D-React this. I think I'm supposed to now pitch. Just use up the Gala so we can set it up for next turn. Seems good. We do need to try to kill them quickly, but we do have a pile of 6 gold, so like maybe that's feasible. Sigil of Aether might be annoying, though. Alright, let's see. I guess we can actually pitch here, although it's not going to stop the on-hit necessarily. I guess we can go to, like, 7 gold. Because we can, like, pitch everything to the blue here. As long as they don't have something random like a Mind Warp, we're probably fine. Alright, Meteoric, sure. Oh, double Kindle. Oh my god. Double Kindle is scary. Okay. So we visit the prize room, sack a gold, and then we just play out all our buffs and swing Grail and hope for the best. I guess we do get Dominate, which is like pretty semi-real. Alright, play the heads up, play the hold'em. Need to high roll them with Gold Gen and all in. I think that's reasonable. I almost feel like AB is like pointless in this matchup. It kind of feels like it might be. Maybe it's like fine if you're like going first or something, I don't know. But yeah, this matchup seems like real bad. It's like one of the reasons to not play Olympia. It's like this and Gravy, I think, seem both pretty pretty poor. Right, double. I think the way that the sequencing works here is if the hold'em doesn't go first, then this doesn't get the dominate. Just kind of funny. But we are at least sending in for a decent chunk there, so if they can't full cover, which they shouldn't be able to with dominate, then we should be fine. Alright, setting up double vigor, though, might be relevant. Oh, this hand needs a lot of help, though. This could be fixed by raise blades, potentially. There's hope. Alright, we are not ABing on this hand. Snapback? Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Alright, so let's start with the raise blades. We need to find our all-in, like, really bad. Into the muck, not super helpful. We could redraw into the Jagged Edge because it's now on top of our deck. Thank you for the reminder. Honestly, I think you could tack the deck to be gravy. All the new wages work on allies. Oh, okay. Interesting. Alright, so maybe it's just Acilio that's the problem, but Acilio is like a problem for like a lot of heroes. Not even necessarily just Olympia. We will see, I suppose. But yeah, it seems really bad. The couple times I played this matchup seems near unwinnable. Although that being said, they are giving us like an opportunity to actually use the Into the Muck here, which is pretty solid. The Courage Wager doesn't, for some reason. Oh, interesting. The Courage Wager doesn't like work on allies. That's kind of interesting. All right, let's pump this as high as it can go. They have Shelter, sure. I actually probably should have like waited on the Into the Muck because they're kind of like representing a deer yak there, I think. Probably would have been the smart play. Oh, turn to Mindfire. I wonder who spoiled that card. That's crazy. Coming in for 5, go to 8. Yeah, it's not looking good for the home team here. We can at least try to draw some cards. I think we like just need to like roll them with like all in here or something. Up the NT is good, but I think we maybe just need to like YOLO. Alright, what your mouth is, I think we can pitch that one. Another up the ante. Is that good enough? I think we need to draw like crack one more gold here, maybe. Okay, take the upper hand. I think this kind of works out. Kind of. I think we still end up sacking a gold here. So we pay the gold. So we have a little bit floating in case they do try to go for like the super big kill. I guess we do technically have like lethal-ish on board. We can do like jagged. No, not quite, because now that they've blocked, it's a little bit weird. It's kind of close. Not quite here, probably, though. If they draw, like, a total, like, D-react brick or something, maybe we get there, like, on the next hand, but I kind of doubt it. You'll at least make some of the gold back. But yeah, this matchup seems just, like, pretty bad. Alright, Commissar Shock, sure. The problem is we need to like keep our cards to actually like wager here. So I don't know if we can actually afford to AB. Oh yeah, and Strike Twice will just kill us. Unfortunate, chat. I think this matchup is just like really bad for what it's worth. Is this what like most of the kind of like new Acilialists are doing? I didn't really actually get a chance to kind of like look after the PT, but it seems like they're on like Aether Sling and like Aether Flares and stuff. It's pretty cool. I think that at least it's kind of exciting to have like a wizard again, even if it is kind of a wizard with a little bit of slop kind of sandwiched in between, but it's still kind of cool. It's kind of just like Verdance, I guess. Verdance, but blocks less good. I guess that's like fair. All right, see if we can get a better matchup than that one. We will see. Oh, it's a modulus? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. It feels very like Verdancy, which I guess is kind of like up Majin's alley. I haven't like kept up to date with the various Cecilia lists from the Pro Tour. I think like once I like just like was done with calling Vegas, I'm like, I don't want to play Fab anymore. Okay. Olympia Mirror. I think we probably want to go second in the Olympia Mirror. Just seems like it's kind of more aggressive. Alright, let's bring in the Mucks and let's bring in the Sinkpolos as well, so we can maybe like try to snack them on a wager. They may cut like a random shove off or something like that. I don't think shove off's like all that good of a card necessarily. I haven't seen it do anything super impressive. We'll see if it's impressive this game though. This matchup is terrible. Yeah, I've been running 0B into them and just using armor as YOLO free swings. I think that's also reasonable. Warriors are supposed to lose to Wizard. It's true. Oh, what the fuck are they doing? Okay, they're doing some weird shit. Centauri Saber Hot Streak. Okay. Interesting. Suppose we'll just try to block here. I don't necessarily know what I should be afraid of. Provoke. Huh. So I guess we can just like add the Golden Company to, or like it'll discard it, but like we just get to keep this card to block the Saber potentially. Like kind of fine with this. All right, I have no idea what our opponent's doing over there. What in the Kasai is going on? I feel like this is not necessarily the way you should maybe build it, but I don't know. What do I know? I do not play this deck. Maybe they also just want to block a bit. The downside is that we do have to wager here to get the +4. Oh, actually, hold on. Sorry, I messed this up. Don't pay gold. We do want to wager, which is like a little scary, but they might not actually be like running a ton of ways to actually make and or utilize gold, so maybe it's fine. I think we have to wager here just so we get the +4, but obviously it is a little bit scary just giving them gold. I guess they don't have like a way to use it necessarily as efficiently as we do with Golden Grail. Like, Golden Grail is kind of a broken weapon. I don't really think there's like a super compelling reason to play Kasai when you can play Azalea, basically, is kind of the way I think about it. Alright, looks like they will go and block it out though, so that's fine. Okay, they are running like oh, I guess they have like the agility wagers, mate, that's why. So they can run like dual wield, make agilities, do that kind of thing. I don't know how compelling that is though. Feels like it's like more hoops than just playing like standard Olympia, I guess. I say standard, but we're also like playing a deck that has not been out, or like a hero has been out for a while, but it's not like been real for a very long time. Let's maybe just capitalize on some gold this turn. I guess we can like maybe give up the Gala in case we also want to use that. It seems good. I don't know if there's like a super compelling reason to like do this over just kind of like having good cards in your deck though. We'll see. Alright, so we'll not pay gold, pitch the rake back, we'll play the belly buster, and then we'll sack one of our armor pieces here. I guess we can do like the chest. So we'll wager, pump for 12 overpower. Seems good. Is there like some combo they can do with courage? I don't think so, right? There's no way to like generate additional attacks unless they have like the flurry tokens or whatever, which it seems like it's kind of hard. Someone is afraid of Kasai to LL and is practicing a contingency. Also possible, yeah. It definitely feels like it's like a interesting variant. I don't get what the like appeal is. I am back. What did I miss? Not too much. We've been losing to Acilios, which is like par for the course, and then we've been winning against like basically everything else. Which is like kind of how the deck works now, I think. Like, it seems like you don't really have too many bad matchups. That being said, we are giving our opponent a lot of gold, but they are blocking a lot, which is also good for us. Sure. So they come in for 4. I think we're fine with that. Do want to get this Golden Company out of our arsenal, but I don't think it's necessarily worth it to do it now. I guess we can go and just give them the boots, though. Small blinder. All right, so they're doing a bunch of stuff to like make Blade Dance tokens interesting. We'll see if that actually ends up being good. I think we'll go ahead and just like be a little bit conservative with our gold here. Maybe try to use the prize gala if they don't end up blocking. There was maybe like a funny donkey play that we could have done there. But we will wager for the belly buster, give it overpower again. The nice part is they're kind of just like folding their hand every turn. So eventually we are going to try to like chew through their defenses here a bit. Oh, Capomel is also back. Rose and Capomel at the same time. Lovely. Have we gotten an all-in yet? We did get we got all-in for 24, I think, against Levia. Was that the Levia game, or was that the other Reinhardt game? I can't remember. Let's try to go for the prize gala. I'm like mildly concerned, but could connect, and it does. Very good. Choose a card to place at the bottom of your deck or pass to... Wait, what are we... Oh, sorry, this is our pitch. Yes, that's why we put cards at the bottom of our deck. Makes sense. This hand could use some help. Little bit of a Rune Blade hand here. That's okay, though. Alright, so they come in for 5. Yeah. I think we're just, like, blocking out here. Maybe, like, arsenaling. I don't think we can arsenal an all-in against this deck. I think it's not quite the time. I think we're, like, double pitching here. And just taking a pass. Take a little off turn here. Double all in, double all in. I don't think double all in is the move. It might be the move. We want to get out of this game faster. Yeah, we found 2 of them, which is like kind of to be expected. Oh, we also got Blade Dance. Okay, which we don't really have a great way to use in this deck. I feel like you do probably want like some number of attack actions and or like go against sources so that you can like maybe do like sword into like a CNC or something. That could be pretty cool. I think I was like looking at like Paul Van Heisel's stream that he was doing like earlier today or whatever, and I like tuned in for like a couple minutes and just saw he was playing like CNCs in the main board or something like that. That could be cool. Again, this is like not really a serious Cassilis. This is more like a meme. I want to play all in three of copies and just see how broken it is. It turns out it's like kind of broken, I think. Okay, they're gonna wager as well. Take the up branch here. So the question is like, what is their gold payoff? Maybe it's just their visit the prize room. They like get to buy back the helmet or something. It'd be cool. All right, we got a pretty good hand here though. Very exciting. All right, so let's start with the check raise, and then we can play Belly Buster, Swing Sword. We could also draw a card, but I don't think it's really doing a ton for us. So yeah, we will pay a gold here. Wager for the Belly Buster, hold the Into the Muck. Very exciting. Gold is the payoff, big brain. I feel like you have a lot more payoffs to actually use gold than saying gold is the payoff in this deck, but maybe it's true. I don't know. Send to the Muck here should be really good, though. We can catch them on a hand with, like, Deer. Are they actually even running Deer-Reacts, though? I guess we have not seen a Deer-React yet. Gut Shot. Interesting. Huh. I don't know. What do we have for us here, Kasai? Probably gonna explode them with Into the Muck, though. If they do run like Sink Below, Fate, Shelter, some combination of those. Very exciting. Yeah, so they're going like more in on the flurry and like the blade dance stuff and the agility stuff. Which like kind of makes sense. Like they're kind of taking the synergy in a different direction as opposed to just like going all in on the Golden Grail, which maybe makes them like a little bit better into like Gravy or something, but probably makes them a little bit weaker on the whole, or maybe they're running like some kind of switchboard. There's like probably something there. I don't know. I think am I supposed to pass here, or am I supposed to go for it? I'm probably supposed to at least get the 0 for 3 value in here. They might have a D-React, but I don't know if we can necessarily like afford to just pass with it. If they don't have a D-React and we like hold the into the muck there, then it's like really bad for us. So glad that we at least swung. And we get to hold the sink below. Pretty good. Oh, we got a prized room. Right, let's see what this is. Imagine it's like a run through or Blade Runner or something. Probably sink below and try to find something a little bit more impactful here. Maybe just sink this Golden Company into something a little bit stronger. Alright, so get rid of that. Oh, we got double donkeys. Kind of funny. We will pay the gold so we get the crown back. I guess we will go for this. If they block 5 and we get them with the donkey, it's kind of funny. I think this card's like actually very good. Like just it being a blue 3-black especially is just very low opportunity cost, and you can get your opponent in some very awkward situations. I feel like the yellow one that like discards from hand is like a little bit more suspect, just because it's not like yellows are a little bit worse in the stack. And it's like seems like it's like a little bit harder to kind of resolve, but maybe it's better. I don't know. Donkeys just seems like super strong though. Like this card a lot. I also just think the art's very cool on it. Just like this kind of like old timey type thing. Who did the art? Oh, Carlos. Yeah, this is some very Carlos art. The one downside is that we do have to like actually give it +1 and wager, so it's like getting the +2. So we actually don't get the donkey them here. Huh, weird. All right, they actually like blocked perfectly. I think I've been outplayed. I guess we could still go for the Gala here though, and then maybe just like take the upper hand. We got blown out by a D-React a little bit, but I think it's still worth going for. Oh, they do have fate. Okay, sure. We couldn't actually donkey there. It's crazy. Because we didn't wager initially, so they would have pumped the sword twice, basically. I do like little interactions like that. It feels very, like, thoughtful. Like, you don't just get to, like, donkey for 0. Like, there's no, like, downside to donkeying. You do have to, like, kind of think about it. Oh, they're also running up the ante. Oh, so they're using the agility tokens, like, a lot better, which is kind of interesting. I don't know. Feels like it might not be worth it, but maybe it is. Who knows? They could also be running all in, right? Maybe. So let's start with the raise blade, see what we draw into. Take the upper hand. So I think we can maybe just put a raise blades on top. I'm gonna say it correctly from now on. And then we're gonna play money. Then maybe just pitch to sword here. Seems good. All right, we'll wager, put this to 9, and then we get over for 12. That's the goal. They do have an arsenal, notably, and we do know that they are on Fate. But we haven't seen a ton of D-Reacts out of them, so that almost makes me think that they're not a very D-React heavy deck like Kasai. Like maybe they're just running like Sinks and Fates or something like that, or maybe even just Fate. Kind of crazy. Take the Lead is also a really interesting card. Huh. It seems like there's some really cool deck building out there from Mastery Pack Warrior, though. It seems like they did a really good job of like introducing a lot of potential avenues that you could take a deck. Like it doesn't have to be like all in on. I guess funny I said that. It doesn't have to be like all in on Golden Grail. You can kind of like do a little bit of your own thing. Seems cool. All right, go for the 0 for 3 react. Okay, we do connect. That is good. So we get up to 4 gold now. So once we get back around to those all-ins, they're going to be a lot better. All right, don't have a wager on this hand. We can potentially draw into one. And the funny part is they can't actually use the token here just yet. We could try to block this. But do we need to block this, I guess, is a better question. If we were to win, we would deny a courage token. So like this coming in for 6. I feel like we can do better though if we just say no blocks though. Like this hand seems like it could do some damage. So let's start with the Raise Blade and maybe try to put one of these heads up on top. Hold'em is a great draw. So put that heads up on top. Still a little bit awkward here. I guess we can like draw the heads up again. Or no, this hold on, this doesn't work. Sorry, we put that card. We know what that card is, so it's fine. That still like doesn't fully convert the hand. So I guess we just like do this instead. A little bit weird, but I think it still works out just fine. Sack of gold, do some damage. I think I was like trying to overthink that. I thought we could like play out both the heads up and the other one, but I don't think we can. All right, they can also be kind of poised to deal a decent amount of damage here. Like if they're just running like one all in the deck, and maybe that's like their gold outlet or something, could be scary. Some very cool builds running around though, that I will say. Lots of warrior innovation going on. I also like the thing I do appreciate about the set is it seems like it's a lot more action focused as opposed to reaction. Like they didn't just print a bunch of like busted reaction cards and call it a day. It seems like they put some thought into printing a decent number of actions that kind of have like an actual meaningful downside or like face upness to them, which seems really cool. This is a pretty good hand. We have another visit, but we don't have like the way to necessarily play it. I guess we could also just like play it and not worry about getting the dominate next turn. Maybe that's the move. All right, popping their Iron Song, sure. I think we just have to take the functional 3 here. Gotta race. So we kind of have 2 options here. We can go for like the big dominate play, but I think it's... Hold on, let's do the math here. So this is like a 1 for 5-ish, right? And then we could send... This is 9 damage. So we get 14 value if we play out the visit. Alternatively, we get this is collectively 8 value plus another 4 here, so it's 12 value if we don't play out the visit. So I think, or I guess we do get the dominate though. So we're giving up 2 value to get dominate. Is that worth it? Probably not. So I think instead we're just gonna like not send much dominate here. We'll pay the gold. I guess we do like go down a gold, which is like a semi-reasonable downside. Play the heads up. Could also even arsenal the other heads up so that we have it for later, but that doesn't seem worth. Okay, this is fine. Couldn't pay the gold. So we get to go back up to like 2 gold. We don't wager, but we're still sending 10. So maybe it's fine. Agreed. Well done set. Yeah, I think the set's really cool. I have no complaints. even as a Marlin player, where I should have valid complaints. Yeah, I think the set's really really sweet. I'm glad that the Warriors are like getting something. It's very good that they finally get some support. Oh, Tegan, do you want to grab the food if you haven't already?
Yeah, it's coming. It's about 10 minutes away.
Okay, cool.
I figured this will be your last game.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be the last game because I need to go eat something. I have not had much to eat today. They did need it. It seems like they also like went in a very different direction with Warrior, which is kind of cool. Bolton crying in a corner. Bolton's gonna get something from Usurp. Like lore wise, it makes more sense for Bolton to receive support in the Shadow set, right? Like in terms of like the Monarch, like I imagine like Vincent, Bolton, maybe I guess Prism's not gonna get support, right? That's funny. She gets a Blitz deck, or not Blitz, but the Sage deck, whatever. Sage's format, true. Okay, another take the lead, sure. Okay, we got a 4-card hand. It's a little scary. Hopefully we can stave off the damage here. Okay, they're also running the Anvil. Oh, maybe that's their payoff. Okay, so they're going like in a more defensive direction, maybe. Interesting. They are also running Donkey, which is very funny. I think Donkey's like kind of a good card. Lessons learned as well. Okay, interesting. What are they trying to like dig towards? I don't know. How much damage can they deal off a 5-card Olympia hand with not hatchets, but the swords, I guess? I suppose we'll give them some blocks so that we don't have to find out. They might be able to deal like 1 million to us here. It's possible. Maybe they have like the second swing or something, and then they can do something. I don't know. The fact that they popped their courage is also interesting because it means they have like a way to utilize the hand potentially. All right, hope we don't die here. Okay, up the ante is a pretty good one. Sure. Oh, they're maybe trying to like get us with a donkey or something. Kind of makes sense. Sure, they're gonna play the donkey. That's fine. Oh, guys, they're gonna wager in. Oh, that's clever. Okay, cool. Up the end. Oh, they're also playing like rake back and stuff. Okay, so they have some gold outlets. Oh my god, are we dead? Oh no, we got a 1. Okay, blocked perfectly. Terrifying. Sure. Can we afford to actually use the riches this turn? Maybe we have to like just kind of hope for the best here. Alright, so go to 1. Terrifying. I mean, maybe they're playing the better Olympia deck. Who knows? Might also just be better into the Olympia mirror. Possible. Okay, I think we are incentivized to try to draw a card here. That's not the card we wanted necessarily, but I guess it's fine. Pay gold. Wager. Still coming in for 10. Although I think the funky Durandal build, there's a funky Durandal build for Bolton out there. Could be true. I believe you. What is Durand? That's the one if it has a counter on it, you like your reactions coming for -1. Is that what that card does? That could be interesting. So they never die here, which is the unfortunate part. So we do have to like figure out a way to use armor to like survive this turn. I think if we found like our all-ins at the correct time, this might have been a little bit of a different game. But they did have like a pretty interesting build, I think. Like their build uses the flurry generation and the sorry, not the flurry, the blade dance and like the agility is a lot better than I think our version does. It feels like it's very hard to use those when you're like running Golden Grail. But maybe that just means you're like running more attack actions or something. Still, I think a lot to figure out with this kind of deck and hero. It feels like there's a lot of different avenues you can kind of go with it. Which is always a good thing. And it seems like they're maybe just on Fates. That's my guess. Oh, it also is -1 to attack reacts as well. That's pretty cool. Oh, we got Taylor Crawford spectating. Oh shit! I altered his alt account. Oops. Whoopsie. All right. Okay, I'm ignoring that. Never mind. I don't. That's. I think his main account. Okay, that's not his alt account. All right, whatever. Taylor doesn't care. He'll make a new account. Whoopsie. Might be. All right. Interesting block. What does this mean? Golden Company? No, not Golden Company. 3-card hand. Okay. We need to figure out how to stay alive. So I think that involves hoping for the best on this. Close game. I think we're still probably in trouble though. But we'll see. Small blinder. Oh, this is an attack reaction. Okay, they got us good. All right, no react here, unfortunately. Oh, if we did have a like a sinkable or something here, I think we actually win. Unfortunate though. That's a cool deck though. They're running like a lot of like the just attack reactions or something. Give them a good game. Yeah, maybe like this deck is like a lot more real than I kind of like initially thought. So they're kind of like more all in on like kind of the using. They're not like doing like the aggro thing where you're going like all in on all in. You're instead running like visit as like a gold ally to like buy back equipment, kind of like old Olympia, and you're kind of doing like this more like value mid range thing, which is pretty exciting. Well, that was a pretty cool Olympia deck. I think they got us good. No complaints from our end. Although I didn't draw. I think we drew like double all in, and that was unfortunate. Was that this game? Yeah, they were like both next to each other. Little unlucky, but that's the way it goes. All right, I think I'm gonna go eat dinner. But thank you all for stopping by the stream. It was a fun one. Let me go ahead and post the deck list in chat. Again, this is more like a meme deck list. I think if you want to like turn this into like a real deck list, you maybe like cut one of these all ins. And then maybe like mess with the sideboard a little bit more just to kind of like have something a bit more cohesive. But as you kind of saw about the last game, I think there's a lot of different like builds that you can kind of take Olympia in. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's like maybe like 2 different variants, maybe like the Golden Grail and also like the dual wielding Olympia or something like that. It seems like there's kind of like pros and cons. So I imagine the Olympia players will probably like figure it out eventually. But I kind of think initially I'd still kind of stand by the Golden Grail builds. I think they're probably a little bit better, but maybe there's arguments for and against them. But yeah, anyways, thank you all again for watching, and I will probably see you all next week. We're probably going to do some Marlin on Monday or something like that. But yeah, I'll see you all next time. I'm going to go eat dinner. Have a good weekend, and I'll catch you all later.